All right, guys, Bitcoin 42,426. Can anybody say boring? The same range we've pretty much been in for the last month. Altcoins pretty much looking the same. Now, God, I mean, you can pretty much just guess every day XRP is going to be like 62, 63 cents. Cardano hanging out above 60 cents, which I believe is overall bullish for Cardano. Solana down 102. We're going to talk a little bit about Solana. As you guys know, I hate Solana, but Chico Crypto made a really interesting video about Solana, essentially regurgitating everything I've been saying about Solana, except he says it better and with higher production value. So we're gonna listen to a little bit of that, and we also were talking about the Bitcoin ETF a couple days ago, how it might already be priced in. Now a lot of Yahoo analysts on CNBC are basically saying the same thing. So if you're expecting some sort of $80,000 all-time high Bitcoin after we get the Bitcoin ETF news, which is coming in January, a week away, I just don't think you're going to get it. But the first thing I do want to talk about is Solana. You guys know I'm not a big fan of Solana. I really do think people, good job if you bought Solana at $10 and made 1,000%. Congratulations. I mean, that's really good. I mean, you did a really good job there. I wish I did that. As you know, with Solana, I think it's a big Sam Bankman-Fried coin. I think it's a pump and dumper. It's not decentralized. I watched it crash 20 times last bull market. It was just turned out to be a big scam. Some of your biggest scammers on YouTube, the Crypto Banter channel, Rand Nooner, if you look at all their videos, it's 90% just shilling people Solana, talking about Solana taking over Ethereum, Solana to top 3 soon, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's just nonstop. Is Solana about to flip Ethereum? George from Cryptos R Us saying the same stuff. As you guys know, I think all these guys are scammers, charlatans, horrible for the space. And guys, at least Crypto Banter, Rand Nooner, was caught dumping on his community, pumping coins, then dumping by YouTuber Crypto Exposed, who was no longer making videos. So anyway, we always know that Chico Crypto is more along the lines of decentralized. He likes good quality projects, and he's never liked Solana. But he kind of sums it up right here because everybody's talking about Solana now, and let's hear what he has to say.
He will always end up bad. In my personal opinion, Solana is just a VC venture capitalist slow burn pump and dump. Many rich mother effers bought Solana during the 2021 hype and overpaid by a lot. What we're seeing right now is these rich whales pumping the token to get retail excited once again and capture the attention of the markets. And once they have the token high enough to reclaim their money and then some, they will pull the plug. Why do I think this? Well, I actually have some data to back this up. But before we get into that, it's time for Solana. So how is Solana just a VC pump and dump? Well, those that are validators, those rich whales, are basically printing money due to Solana's inflation rate, which is used to pay the validators their staking rewards. If you didn't know, in Solana's early days, the total token supply was much, much lower. Using Wayback Machine, we can see in October of 2020, Solana had a circulating supply of 43.5 million tokens. Well, checking out the circulating supply today, Solana has over 429 million tokens. That's an increase of 886% in just over 3 years. Checking out Solana docs and their inflation schedule, in just 1 year, next year it will be 525 million. In 3 years, it'll be nearly 600 million, and so on and so forth. To pay out the validators to keep those few happy and pockets deep, they will need to continually dilute the supply to keep up with the whale's money-hungry needs. This whale centralization can clearly be seen in token holding distribution. Checking out CoinCard, we can see that the top 100 wallets own a whopping 1/3 of the supply, over 33.3%. Just 100 wallets own a majority of the token. Very likely, this is the top 100 validators of the chain, the few. And one of those few is the billionaire VC investor Chamath Palihapitiya, who is milking the Solana hype once again. If you didn't know, in the last crypto run, 2021, Chamath in a podcast let it slip that he got SOL tokens for cheap, a VC discount, and admitted he wasn't hodling, but planning to dump on retail. Let's hear this disgusting back and forth.
Everything's discounted. You want to clear that position in an LLC?
Are you saying I got $1 billion of Solana?
No, bro, I'm saying I have one. But, I bought it at a discount.
But you're holding, correct?
Ish.
Yes, okay. Yeah, me too.
These rich fuckers think it's funny to get richer while the average investor gets suckered in to buy and become their exit liquidity. Well, guess who is back today, supporting Solana like never before? Much more sneaky Chamath is, but doing it on a whole nother level.
I am very, very sneaky, sir.
So let us dive right into that dirt. Back at the end of the last bull run, Chamath decided to dive deep into the world of crypto by taking a position with this VC firm Social Capital into a Solana development company, Saber Labs.
Anyway, guys, I could listen to this all day. This is really a good video. I encourage all of you guys to listen to it. And this is what we've been talking about on this channel probably for the last, I don't know, year and a half, that Solana's a big scam. You know, I've been in crypto since 2017. I watched Solana go up to $250. I watched it crash to $8. I watched all the scammers get rich, guys like Rand Nooner, this Indian guy, whatever the hell his name is, all the venture capitalists are just dumping on you. And I've been saying this for the last at least 6 months, that with Solana, there's a number that the venture capitals have in mind, guys like Rand Nooner, that they have in their head where they're going to dump it. I don't know what that number is. $150, $200, I don't know. I think we're getting close, though, and I think most people are going to get burned. Again, congratulations if you made 1,000% on Solana. Scams pump all the time. I can name you 100 pump and dump scams, penny stock scams that people have made money on over the last 5-10 years, and they all turned out to be big scams. Many of those scams, the founders are now in prison. And, you know, when you're in this space long enough investing, you start to realize what's a scam and what's not. And yes, you can make a lot of money on scams. I'm not against trading Solana. I think it's probably fun, but I think most people holding Solana are not going to sell it because all the venture capitalists, the guy like Rand Nooners, they're telling you Solana is going to be the next Ethereum. Guys, it's not. They're just trying to pump the price high enough so they can dump it on you. So if you made money on Solana, please take some profits, take your initial investment out. I would at least be taking 50-60% out if you're up to 1,000%, 500%, and just put it into a coin that has not pumped yet, and a coin that's not a scam. Remember, the biggest pumper of Solana was Sam Bankman-Fried. That guy just got sentenced to like 50 years in jail. He was the biggest scammer in crypto. So, and most of these other guys pumping Solana, like Rand Nooner, Crypto Banter, they do it all from South Africa, where there is no finance laws. And that's how they can get away with it. They're just pumping you garbage. They all got their Solana at like 5 cents, 10 cents, and they have a magic number in their head, and they're going to dump it all on you. So be very careful with Solana. Chico Crypto did a very good job with that video. All right, let's see what else is going on. You know, talking about getting out of Solana and maybe putting your money into a coin that hasn't really pumped yet. Vechain is a coin we've been talking about on this channel for a while, and Vechain's been rocking and rolling lately. Even with the overall weakness with some altcoins, here's an article I found. Vechain can rally 4,400% and reach $1.60, predicts analysts. We did a video last week about all these analysts are coming out now telling you that Vechain is just so undervalued. Like, people have seen how much Vechain can pump, good legitimate companies, supply chain, just a coin you know is not a scam, and it hit 28 cents last run. Now it's at 3 or 4 cents. Vechain has been slumping for most of 2023. However, the token began to generate steam towards mid-October and recently hit a high of just under 4 cents. Vechain is up nearly 20% in the last 20 days. However, Vechain could reach much higher levels. According to some crypto analysts, Arago Crypto recently took to X and stated that Vechain hitting a price of $1.60 is a feasible goal. And that would be what, like a 50x from here or a 60x? The analyst presented two trajectories, move A and move B. The analyst highlights that vechain had a similar pattern while climbing to its high of 28 cents in 2021. According to the analyst, if vechain takes the path of move A, its price could surge 3 times its previous all-time high. On the other hand, move B would result in a price target of $1.60. Either way, guys, I mean, whether it gets 3 times its all-time high, which would be what, like 70 cents, 75 cents, or $1.60, you're looking at like a 20 or 30x, 40x, possibly 50x from where vechain is right now. So don't underestimate vechain. You know, eventually vechain is going to be 8, 9, 10 cents. I'm going to be telling you kind of missed it and it's not worth it. But vechain is one of those coins where if you're up 800% on Solana, maybe take a little bit out and put it into vechain, because I'm telling you guys, Solana is not getting much above $150, $170. I don't care what people say. Chico already explained it. I did the video a couple days ago about all the inflation with Solana. It would take an act of God for Solana to get back to its all-time high, and you at least just have to use some common sense in that front. And I know a lot of people right now are getting into Solana. Oh my God, it's next Ethereum. It's going to, $2,000. Guys, is impossible. With the amount of supply and the amount of inflation with Solana, it cannot get much higher than it is right now, meaning $150, $170, maybe $200 at the tip of the bull market, but I don't think it's getting much higher than that. And of course, we've been talking about how the Bitcoin ETF, the current price action of $40,000 Bitcoin, $45,000 Bitcoin, your altcoins going up, is probably already priced in. And probably the next big catalyst for crypto is the halving, which is not until April. And a lot of people are anticipating a small price move maybe when we get the ETF, but most likely we're probably going to go down. And here is Yahoo News.
For months, I've been seeing the enthusiasm, but I guess the big question is, when we get this finally, maybe on January 10th, is it a sell the news event?
Yeah, and I thank you for having me, first of all. But as we come down to thinking about what's happening for the Bitcoin approvals, Bitcoin ETF approvals, the reality is that much of the enthusiasm, as you just said, much of the attention and much of the price movement has largely been priced in. That's what we think here at Dinar, and that's certainly what we believe. It's going to be a massive event for the industry. The work that's gone into that from some of the largest firms in the industry has been happening some of them over 2 years. So it is a really massive event. It's a great sort of support for the institutionalization of digital assets and the mainstreaming of digital asset, widespread adoption. But we do think there's maybe a little bit of frothiness there, and that the kind of price movement that that many are expecting to see may already be mostly priced in.
So there you go. Most everybody right now thinks we're priced in, and I believe that as well. Bitcoin really, if it wasn't for this ETF news, 4 or 5 months from the halving, 4 months from the halving, we'd probably be at like a $30,000 Bitcoin right now, which is essentially double from the bottom. Maybe we'd be at like a $35,000 Bitcoin now, but Bitcoin going up to $45,000. Your altcoins, I mean, some altcoins like Solana up 1,000%, Vulcan Forge up 600-700%, MicroStrategy, what is it, 5-6x? I mean, everything's pretty much up. Cardano up 100%. So I believe that probably wouldn't be happening right now to this level, and I believe that's all because of the ETF. So what I think people have to be prepared for, and it doesn't mean it's going to happen, I think people need to be prepared for maybe Bitcoin going under $40,000, maybe your altcoins dropping 30%, and then gearing up to that Bitcoin halving, which is in April or March. Then we make the next leg, and then we kind of go bullish, and then we're full bullish mode, which happens every cycle after the halving. Then we're going to have like 8 months of bullishness. So that's what I'm thinking, but doesn't have to happen. We could go up to all-time highs next week for all I know. I'm just telling you, reading the sentiment, that kind of seems like what's going to happen. Other than that, guys, everything's looking good. Like and subscribe. Talk to you later.